Hello, 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 hello. All right, so today we are going to try seeing how it is. Let me pull it down. Um, oh, this is a different branch now. So we're going to take the code. Let me just go over to it here while we're here. So where's that? Use CLI. All right, so let's focus on this for a moment, right? And let's focus on the end part here. So we need to, we're going to start with making all of these overlay on this just as a static entry point, right? So let's roll forward the code and see where we are. So that file shouldn't have changed, but so you know what, let me grab that. So git fetch. Okay, okay. Upstream git fetch upstream. All right, so we'll grab the, I think we'll see Alice branch now because, okay, yeah, I think I did everything in the web UI in the GitHub web UI. Or no, okay, great. Okay, so, yeah, okay, so I did 47 random commits in the web UI. Okay. Um, all right, so let's just make sure that this Vim's going to yell at us. Oh, no, it didn't yell at us. Okay, good, diff. Okay, great. All right, so that file's the same. That's what we want. Okay, so let's just have Alice, can you please contribute those recommended community standards, please, for a moment for us? Um, just to double check that everything's going smoothly here. All right, thank you very much, Alice. Test A issues. Let's find that and boom. All right, this looks good. This commit, this commit. This looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Um, okay, so okay, um, that's good that that works. Okay, so let's do entry point dot load, and let's make this pretty simple. So Alice dot please dot contribute dot recommended hyphen community hyphen standards. Um, great. So all of those we should now register to that entry point. And we'll just expand that load. Okay, looks good. All right, so let's go and register those. So what's our path? It's Alice CLI. So look at setup config, or no, sorry, entry points txt, entities Alice entry points txt in this entrance, in this instance, and we'll put this as entities Alice. So we'll register it under the overlay that we just queried. Um, which is this. Okay, okay, and so we should throw DFML overlays in front of that. All right, so let's jump back to that other file and update it before we forget here. So dfml.overlays.ls. Okay, and let's just name all these. Let's run through here, grab these, and paste that way. Great. And what was it? It was Control V, go down, ls.cli, and then colon, and then the class. Okay, so here now we have our list of overlays to load. So now, yeah, so ls.cli, and okay, entry point dot load. Okay, and this is where I think we're going to make this overlay dot load. All right, now we're going to modify overlay dot load. We don't have a load on here. Got the load method from here. All right, so let's take a look at that. What is this? Okay, that's that. All right, yeah, let's leave that. Let's just kill that shell. Okay, so overlay dot load. Okay, yeah, and I was thinking the other day, really, and I think we've talked about this before, but really it would be ideal if probably load always returned a list. I think there's some cases, yeah, right here, um, line 404, or actually line 405, it returns it a single instance rather than a list, if you're looking for one specifically, which is, good and bad, because I realize it means we can't do some sort of filter on it, but we'll see how it goes. So, all right, so overlay.load. Okay, so we want to skip that i.load call. We don't, or well, I guess we do want that right now. Yeah, okay, so we do want that. We want all that functionality the same because we aren't in the thread. In the thread, where's the load? I swear it's somewhere. Where is it? Load. Uh, I'm not seeing it. Okay, so I'll note it here. Um, but okay, so overlay.load. Man, I swear that was somewhere. Okay, yeah, so for the multiple styles of overlay, for multiple styles of right hand overlay paths, um, uh, basically override entry point. dot load within overlay dot load, or as overlay dot load, make it not do I dot load without first checking if alternate methods are available. All right, yeah, there's this whole thing about overlay stuff somewhere. Okay, back to it. So we can just use this as is. So we don't have to do that. All right, what's our damage? All right, looks pretty good. That's pretty good damage report to me. So let's give this the old install python-m pip install-e entities Alice. And that should have based, I mean, that should do a direct, that should be a direct translation, that patch right there. So what are you mad about? Invalid group name. Okay, so it doesn't like the, it doesn't, so it doesn't like the hyphens in the group name. Please contribute dot recommended dot community dot standards. Okay, that's what we'll make it then. Or maybe we should make it with underscores. Because it's recommended community standards all one thing. Oh, okay. I guess I didn't copy it. All right. All right, let's get the old install again. Let's pop down here, run nodemon. These Alice. Oh, maybe I caught it in the middle of the install. Overlay is not defined. Okay. dfml.overlay.load. Let's see. Entry point dot found was not entry point. Entry point dfml.overlays.alice that please contribute recommended community standards was not found in dffml. Oh, overlay dot load. Oh, I see. Okay. Because this is trying to load that specific one. Okay. So how do we just, can we just, let's just use package util. Or, yeah. What's going on here? Header entry points. Let's just do it. Okay, so if this is an overlay, okay, wait a minute. So Let's play with this concept. So for any entry point, you could have overlays to the entry point. Okay. So then in that case, please contribute recommended community standards becomes something, some decorator overlays entry point, base entry point. Yeah, honestly, base entry point's not bad there. Base entry point would give us our load. Base entry point would give us our load. Okay, so base entry point would give us our load if we made this a subclass of entry point. Um, so then the question is what? Okay, so we call this object. Okay, so what are we doing here? We're building this. We're building this, right? So this is going to be something where we turn it into like this system context as class thing. How is that going to look? Okay, so basically this is going to be like, please contribute, recommend community standards. Okay. Data flow or sysctx dot upstream equals, that's basically what this is going to be, right? Okay. So this will be this thing that when we pass it to, hmm, okay, yeah, the problem is the entry point, we need something a little less than that. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing. So I think what I'm seeing here is that quite honestly, we should just go ahead and use package resources, because the entry point assumes the entry point class here assumes that it's going to be subclassed and it'll grab the entry point class variable, which is not, that doesn't play nice with our, or I guess we could just do this. Okay, this works fine. Okay, so basically, all we did here was, okay, so we said we're going to change the load method of the entry point class, and we didn't change it within the file that it's actually in. Div file util entry point def load. Okay, so what did we do? We said if entry point is none, we added this entry point parameter. We said if it is none, then it is what it used to be. So that maintains default behavior, and then we use that there. So entry point looks like it's spelled right everywhere. So entities Alice, Alice, CLI. Okay. So we want to say overlay.load, and we want to give the entry point. Okay, there we go. How's that? Base entry point is not defined. Okay, yeah, well, don't worry about that now. That's only needed like for the previous. Ooh, I'm not sure how that's going to interact with that. Um, okay. Note. No. Okay, no time for that. Looks like it's picked them up to me. Oh, I spoke too soon. Okay. Oh, because there's already a pull request. Okay, so okay, so this is important now. So there we go. So this is it. So Alice. So we successfully loaded overlays for the Alice Please Contribute command. So now you can register overlays to this spot here. And so let me actually update the documentation. Entities Alice contributing. And we have a little tutorial here. Um, yeah, this is what I wrote in the web UI. So I haven't tested any of this. um, okay. We're going to run console test on it. Oh yeah, finding data types to work with. We need to deal with that. Okay, so where's our entry points? Entry points. Oh yeah. So let's basically just do, so it didn't like those um, uh, hyphens in the entry point name. And I think it's just setup tools that doesn't like them. I didn't see anything in the PEP that actually forbade irregular characters. I think that it just is taking I think setup tools just has some restriction on there that's arbitrary. So, could be extended. So let's see. Okay, so please contribute. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so we need to commit that util entry point separately. So let's give ourselves a git status, git add dfml util entry point. Okay, and let's do git commit dash sm util entry point or let's see, um, add keyword argument loading or entry point to entry point with a capital E dot load uh, to bypass use of class local. Okay, we'll push that up. All right, now give it a diff, and it looks like, okay. So let's do the git add entities Alice CLI and entities Alice entry points and entities Alice contributing. And we'll say git status, git commit sm Alice, please contribute. Let's see if we can get one in the history there. Recommended community standards. There we go. And I didn't want to type that. Load overlays with overlay dot load. Okay. Let's take a look. There we go. There's our entry point patch. And there's our recommended community standards patch. So, our overlay loading patch, right? So, and we have very basic overlay loading right now. Right now, what we're doing is basically just we're simulating a apply where the only operations within the apply are to merge static flows registered to this entry point. So we are going to register. You'll remember that um, the uh, the default installed flow that merges from the dffml.overlays entry point. So what we'll do is we will take we'll install things that should be um, basically that should run no matter what on install to dffml.overlays, and then we should have those data flows have facilities on apply to decide whether to apply or not. And so one of the ones that will apply will be this will be one that will apply. Basically, this is one that's a proxy for sure apply. There's a comment about this somewhere. I'm not able to find it right now, which is not good, but why can't I find that comment? Great. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Um, so let's see. So yeah, so this is gonna be so this is the contributing documentation that will get you able to add new things to this Alice. Please contribute recommended community standards. So hopefully, the next thing we'll do here is now we'll work on the contributing documentation, and we may get to testing it with console test hopefully. Actually, hopefully that's the first thing we end up doing. And yeah, okay, I'll call this like an end of video then.